Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today for a new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's reading is going to be getting into what is happening for you this upcoming Leo season. So as I'm posting this video, we are upon Leo season. This is going to be from July 22nd through August 22nd, roundabout. And what I'm going to be looking into in today's reading is any major themes, energies, events of significance, situations of significance that you all will need to be aware of as you move into the season of Leo, okay? So for those of you that don't know, some common themes that are kind of associated with Leo would be themes of self-confidence, standing in your power, being in the spotlight, charisma. There also may be some themes around creativity and achieving your goals. Having the passion and drive to go after the things that you want. I also see Leo season as a time of really being playful and having a lot of fun as well. So we will kind of keep it open to see what specific information needs to come through. It may have to do with some of those things that I just mentioned, or it may be something totally different for you. So we're just going to kind of leave it open and see what Spirit wants to highlight for you during this specific frame of time. Let's go ahead and get into the disclaimers for today's reading. So please keep in mind this is a general reading. So this means that some messages may specifically resonate with you in your situation, while some may not. Always use your intuition, guys. If something's feeling confusing in a reading, then it's probably not your message. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. And please don't get upset if something in a general YouTube reading isn't super specific to your personal situation. This is also kind of a time-based reading, right? So we're predicting going into the future of Leo season, what is in store for you. So keep in mind as well with any time-based reading that, energy is always changing. The future is never set in stone. We're kind of getting a snapshot of where you're headed based off of your current energy. So if you see something predicted out for you coming in for Leo season that you don't feel super excited about, you're not loving what you're seeing, please don't freak out because you have the free will to make your own choices and decisions and reroute the course that you're on. All right, so I think let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. So today we are working with 3 piles. Starting on the left, we have pile 1, and the crystal that we're working with is the pink Himalayan salt. For pile number 2, we are working with an honey calcite, excuse me. I almost said orange calcite. This one's actually an orange calcite. And then for pile 3, we are working with pyrite. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about this upcoming Leo season and what it has in store for you. Go ahead and select the card or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to, really choosing with your gut instincts versus your eyesight. And once you've made your selection, you can scroll down to the description box below where you can locate the timestamp that will take you to your chosen pile. See you there. Hey there, group number 1. If you guys picked out the pink Himalayan salt, this will be your reading all about what's happening for you this upcoming Leo season. So we're going to kick it off with these astrology oracle cards. So let's take a look. Okay, so we start off with the North Node, which is amazing already. And then we also have the 11th house. Okay, group 1. Very cool. So already it feels like this upcoming Leo season is going to be a very significant time for you because we have the North Node here. So the North Node in astrology is kind of talking about where we're destined to go, kind of like where our soul's deepest desires lie. And it is all about our future. So I feel like during this upcoming Leo season, there's a huge emphasis for you guys on propelling yourselves forward, getting out of your comfort zones. And I feel like it's specifically having to do with your community. So with the 11th house coming up here, this has to do with like the card says, your community. Like who are the people that are around you? Who are your support system? So your friendships, your business partnerships, your romantic relationships. What is your social circle? What does that look like? What does your support system look like? And I feel like this is a time where you guys are going to be meeting those more destined partnerships, those more like destined places where you feel really at home. And so there's a message here too, like as you guys are aligning with new people and new places and kind of meeting your soul family in a sense, there is probably going to feel, you guys may also feel a little bit of friction because this usually indicates that we're leaving some things behind as well. So it's kind of like an out with the old, in with the new. You guys might realize that like as you connect and align with more like-minded people in your life, that old connections may start to die off and fall away. And so Spirit is just saying that it's important to let those things go. Even though it's hard, even though it's painful, sometimes it's easier said than done. It's like this new version of you is no longer in alignment with those old people, places, things. Let's continue. Let's see what else we have. Yes. Okay. So we have community coming through. We also have strategy. That's an interesting card. So yeah, I mean, I definitely would say with this community energy coming through, this just further echoes the messages of friendships, right? So I feel like you guys are probably going to be experiencing a lot of fun during this Leo season. I see a lot of fun times, hanging out, going out with friends and things like that. But again, this is also talking about like who's around you, who is in your surroundings, who is your support system, right? Meeting and aligning with the right people. For some of you, this could be like more like same-sex friendships in a sense. Like I'm seeing like a group of women here. So some of you guys might be meeting more, you know, friends of like the same like gender identity and things like that. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. Really, this is just talking about friendships, community, who's around you. Now, with strategy coming up as well, I do think that there is an element of this that could potentially be tied into your business objectives too, or some sort of overarching goal that you guys are trying to achieve. I think for a lot of you guys, you're realizing during this time that like there is benefit to having the right types of people in your life, right? Like having a connection that can help you with something, and you know, you help them in return. Like not necessarily connections you're just going to take from to serve your own purposes, but like you guys serve one another's purposes in life. So think of like maybe you guys have a connection with someone that works at a company that you're wanting to work at, right? Or maybe you're friends with someone that, you know, knows someone else that has like a single friend that you can date, like things like that. It's sort of like this element of applying a little bit of strategy behind the why, like that you're hanging out with people and connecting with certain people within your community. Let's see, let's continue here. So from the tarot, we have a Queen of Cups, an Ace of Swords, and a Five of Swords. Okay. Just kind of push these guys up. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's going to be a lot of emotion surrounding this upcoming Leo season for a lot of you guys because, you know, the Queen of Cups, this is an energy of like loving, compassionate, kindness, and also kind of displaying those things within your relationships. So on the one hand, while you guys are kind of finding clarity around who are the right people for you with the Ace of Swords here, it's like there is also a sadness here with the Queen of Cups around letting go of old ties that are no longer serving you. For me, the Queen of Cups, every time I get this in one of my individual readings, like a card of the day or something, or a card of the week, it usually indicates that I'm sad about something. Which is so funny, but it's true. Like, so I do think for some of you all, just because I was immediately channeling this maybe a little bit of resistance to letting go of certain people, I do think that there will be a little bit of sadness that some of you guys may be mitigating as you build new relationships in your life. But the beauty here with the Ace of Swords is that you're crystal clear on what it is that you deserve. You're crystal clear on what it is that you desire. You're able to authentically communicate that and speak that into existence, and also cut out those that do not serve you any longer, right? It just seems like this group, especially with this Five of Swords here, I'm almost wondering if you guys have had a lot of relationships in your life that were with people who are very self-serving, or, you know, people that were maybe secretly in competition with you or secretly trying to like undermine you in certain ways. It's like these relationships where there's like this passive aggressive battle going on that no one ever wins. It's like a lot of petty energy here. And so I think that, again, you see there's sadness here, walking away from things that are familiar to us. But I also think there's a huge sense of relief that like we can now welcome in the right type of community and support system for us. I would also say with this Five of Swords too, you guys, that as you're going out and meeting new people and communicating with new people and creating this community, I feel like there is a message here around don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Because the Five of Swords, sometimes, like when we first meet someone, we may have our guard up, our walls are up, and we're afraid to kind of let someone know the truth of who we are. We're afraid to show them kind of this deep, empathetic, compassionate, loving person that we are because we're nervous about being like taken advantage of like we were in the past, right? So there's a message here for some of you guys out there to don't succumb to your walls. Like, be yourself, allow yourself to be vulnerable, show up in good faith, right? Because the only way that we can ever really connect on a deep, meaningful level with others is if we're willing to be vulnerable and put ourselves out there like that, right? So this is beautiful, group one. Let's see, I've got a couple more cards for you and then we'll close it out. So we have the Chimera, imagination clouds your judgment, okay? We also have the Dragon, strength and wisdom, yes. Yep. I mean, I definitely think with that Ace of Swords, you know, there's definitely this clarity that's coming through around the relationships in your life and your community situation. This I think I mentioned this at the beginning too, guys, but this also can relate to your romantic relationships as well. So any relationships in your life, this message can apply to. But there's definitely something here around like maybe not having seen certain connections clearly or even certain patterns within your own behavior clearly. Like, especially if you guys resonated with that message of vulnerability and being afraid to let your guard down, you know, like that could be something that you guys were maybe not thinking totally clearly or seeing totally clearly, right? So there is clarity that's coming in this month with your relationships through communication and thought. And then we have strength and wisdom with the Dragon. So it's like, this is all about you guys moving yourselves forward in a direction that is more in alignment with your future, where you're wanting to be, where you're wanting to go in your life, right? Being really smart and wise with the strategy card about who you're connecting with and why you're doing it. You know, not just allowing anyone into your space, because I do feel for group one, you guys, maybe some of you guys are water signs with this Queen of Cups. You don't necessarily have to be, but even if you're not, I feel like those of you that chose this group are very kind, compassionate, caring people that really show up to your relationships and you like to like nurture those relationships. You like to be that emotional support for others. And I feel like it's time for you guys to now have some better boundaries so that that kindness is reciprocated back to you. So group one, this looks really exciting for Leo season. I would love to hear from you how you feel the messages apply to your personal situation. So drop me a comment down below and let me know how it resonates. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading my new videos. And I would love to see you in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hey there, group two. If you guys picked out the Honey Calcite, this is going to be your reading for Leo season. So let's go ahead and start with your astrology cards to kick things off. So we start off with Leo, of course. I was hoping this would come out during somebody's pile. Ooh, and then we also have the midheaven. Wow, you guys, this is amazing. So just like right off the bat, I'm getting major public eye, public reputation, spotlight vibes for your upcoming Leo season. You know, Leo, the sign of Leo is all about being in your power. It is about being in the spotlight. It is about commanding the attention of others, holding others' attention through the way that you self-express, the way that you get your message across. So I definitely feel like a lot of you guys, your voice is being highlighted this month. Your presence is being noticed and highlighted this month. I'm really being drawn to how this lion's mouth is open. So I feel like you guys have a lot of important things to say in whatever environment that you're in. And it's time that people listen is what I feel. So some of you guys, this could be like a work energy of having all eyes on you at work. This could be something to do with your creative endeavors, right? Because Leo is a very creative and artistic sign. Or just in general in your life. But it's interesting because with the midheaven coming up here, this is definitely giving me like more career energy, or like maybe even some of you guys work on social media in some way, because the midheaven is talking about our public image and the way that we, have been conditioned, I guess, from childhood about what success means to us and how we stand out and set ourselves apart from the others in life. So I definitely feel like this month you guys are getting a lot of attention. People are noticing you. You're turning a lot of heads and you're being very successful. But there's also a message here with the midheaven to make sure that, there aren't any what am I trying to say? Like any old self-limiting beliefs or family or ancestors or people who could be influencing you one way or another, meaning make sure that the success is really what you feel is success to you versus some old antiquated belief about success that really doesn't align with you. So for instance, maybe some of you guys have a very traditional family and whatever work that you're doing that you're getting noticed for isn't really something that they understand, right? It wouldn't be their idea of success. Maybe they want you to be like a doctor, lawyer, and you're doing something different, something more creative. It's sort of about letting those things go and being able to step into your power and define your success in a way that really aligns with you. So let's continue here. We have blossoming abundance. How freaking amazing is that? And we have man holding a heart. Okay. Love this. Group number 2. So, I feel like this is a period of time where you guys are really surrounded by abundant energy. You're starting to see the fruits of your labor is what I feel with this card, with the blossoming abundance. Things are starting to grow. You're starting to reap the rewards of some of the hard work that you guys have been doing. And things are only going to continue to grow from here. So, this can be abundance in the form of opportunities, finances, relationships, connections, any way that you guys define abundance is what I would say is significant for this Leo season for you with regard to this energy of standing out and getting noticed. We also have the man holding a heart. So I feel like for some of you guys, this is literally about you all doing what you love. I don't know why he gives me Leo energy. Maybe it's the V-cut shirt or something. Leos do tend to be very performative, not in a negative way always. They hold space, they command attention, they can kind of be very dramatic in the way that they deliver messages. You know what I mean? It's theatrical vibes, which is very entertaining. It's why we love Leos. So yeah, anyway, I'm feeling like this is about you guys being able to do what it is that you love. You're literally moving from the heart. You're making choices and decisions based off of what your heart wants and what feels true and authentic to you, doing the work that you love. For others of you, this man holding a heart could be an outside support, someone that's very caring and loving, supporting you. But for the overwhelming majority, I feel like this is more about your own energy. Let's get your tarot cards next. So we have a Knight of Pentacles. We have a 7 of Cups and a 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I definitely think with all the Pentacles cards coming up that this definitely feels like something that you guys are doing for work. Knight of Pentacles, it's we're making slow progress toward our goals, right? So kind of going back to that blossoming abundance card, it's you're just now through the progress and the dedication to the work that you've been doing, you're starting to see those little, rewards coming up to you. It might not be the full picture yet, but you're starting to get there. And I definitely think that during this time, you guys are continuing to kind of make those slow progressions forward and really dedicating yourself to the work you're doing. This is a very beautiful energy because it's not impulsive energy. It's about really taking care of your stuff. You notice how this horse, it's the slowest moving of all the knights in the tarot because it's all about making sure that you have dotted all of your I's and crossed your T's and you're really doing things the correct way to set yourself up for long-term success. So this is not about just a get rich quick type of thing you guys are doing. This is about steady progress toward your ultimate goal. For some of you, I see this as maybe an opportunity coming in for you, something that you can really work with. But I feel like with the 7 of Cups here, you guys have a lot of opportunities being presented during this month. Like I was saying, I feel like you guys have a lot of eyes on you. You're really being noticed. And so there could be a little bit of an energy this time during this Leo season of like, I don't want to say analysis paralysis, but it's like this energy of just having so many things, so many avenues, so many choices that you can pick from, that sometimes it can slow you down, right? Because there's like, which direction do I go? But I also see this as you guys following your dreams too. You know, this is a very dreamy energy of the Seven of Cups, and you've got Pentacles, very grounded energy surrounding it. So it definitely makes me feel like you guys are tangibly building your dreams, but there might be a message here for some of you guys around just making sure that you're channeling your energy in a more like streamlined way and not scattering yourselves too thin or spreading yourselves too thin across too many different types of things, okay? With the Three of Pentacles being here, I feel like you guys are also surrounded by like-minded people that can support you. This is like teamwork energy, right? So definitely, again, I'm getting creative energy here, but this is also about like having the right people around you that you can work together with in order to accomplish your goals. So all in all, it looks amazing. Let's continue. I have a couple more cards and then we'll close it out. We have the Queen. Okay, like really, could we get any more Leo with this reading? Group 2, I love this for you. We also have the Gate. Okay, so this is interesting. So yeah, I mean, the Queen, I think, is just kind of further echoing some of these themes of standing out, right? Being the one that's the authority over your own success, being in control of your own life. And I also see the Queen as like, you know, people loving you, people admiring you, you know, people wanting to hear what it is that you have to say. A lot of people looking up to you, rather. We also have the Gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal. So that's kind of interesting. You guys have one blockage coming up here. And I feel intuitively like it's this blockage of the Seven of Cups, because this energy is very scattered in comparison to some of your more like tangible, practical cards here. So I feel like the blockage that's coming through here for you guys this month is the Seven of Cups, right? So this is just about making sure, again, that you guys are not spreading yourselves too thin amongst a lot of different shiny opportunities, but rather streamlining and choosing the one or two things that really align with your overall goal and purpose. And that also, you know, speak to your heart, right? Because once we start to get a lot of exposure and a lot of attention on us, we are going to have a lot of opportunities that they all seem great. You know, they're all shiny, they're all exciting, they're all interesting, but it's like you want to make sure that you pick the one that's the most in alignment with you and really channel that energy into it. Otherwise, you spread it so thin, then nothing grows. You know what I mean? Or everything grows extra slow. And so maybe for some of you, this is about making sure that you're partnering with the right team or colleagues, coworkers, supporters in life that can kind of help you, you know, determine the best choice. So either way, group 2, it looks like your Leo season is going to be freaking amazing. So I would love to hear from you in the comments, like what aspects of the reading really resonate with you and what's been going on in your situation. So please drop me a note down below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading new videos. And I look forward to seeing you in a new one really soon. Bye. Hey there, group 3. If you guys picked out this beautiful pyrite, this will be your reading for this upcoming Leo season. So let's go ahead and start with your astrology cards. And for you, group number 1, we start off here with the 9th house. And we have Neptune, so Sag energy and Pisces energy coming up. So very cool. So I definitely feel like during this upcoming Leo season, with the 9th house coming up, I feel like there are some major themes for you guys during this time around like maybe travel, maybe like international travel or foreign travel, and also kind of exploring and understanding like different philosophies, different religions, different ways of thinking, different ways of life, right? So there's definitely like the card says, there's exploration energy here around some of those core themes. With Neptune coming up, it's almost like this energy of you guys really almost kind of like disappearing into this, like not disappearing, but really immersing yourself and kind of floating in these different energies. So kind of just think of whatever is like really interesting to you. I also feel like, if I'm not mistaken, the ninth house can talk about like higher education and learning, like school and things like that. So it's like this energy with Neptune coming in of just sort of like you're totally immersing yourself in these experiences, whichever ones resonate most with you. And I'm almost feeling too, like for some of you guys, it's like Neptune with the ninth house. It's like, I feel like you guys are almost like contemplating like deeper meanings of things within your life. Like I feel like you guys who chose this group are really trying to understand and explore like different perspectives, different points of view, different ways of life, and sort of trying to understand like and immerse yourself in understanding like the bigger picture of truth versus just keeping yourself confined to like one belief or one ideology or one place that you've always lived, if that makes sense. Let's see. So we have adjacent possibilities. Okay. You also have Goddess of the Moon. Beautiful. You guys have a lot of like dreamy energy coming up here for sure. So I would definitely say that like through this time of exploration and kind of immersing yourself in new experiences, you're uncovering during this time that there are some possibilities out there for you that you wouldn't have really considered. Something different, something outside of the box, outside of the norm that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise known about if you hadn't gone down this path of exploration, right? Look at this card. So you see how we could just go on this straight path forward, but look at all these other doors that are opening up down below, up top, on the sides. So it's like maybe you guys are trying to find the answers to a certain question during this time. There's a lot of curiosity that I'm channeling with this group. And so I think part of the reason why you've been doing this learning and this exploring is maybe because you're looking for a door or looking for an answer, looking for something to kind of open up for you in life, an opportunity, perhaps. And with Goddess of the Moon coming up, this is all about being able to lean in and trust your intuition. So I love that it's coming up here with Neptune for you, because it's like Neptune is this energy of Pisces, which is very like emotion. It's very like go with the flow, right? So it's like, I feel like you guys are allowing your intuition to really flow you towards the right path that you need to explore, or the right door, metaphorically, that you need to walk through, if that makes sense. So let's see, let's continue here. So from your tarot, we have the Star. We have Strength. There's Leo coming up. And Temperance, Sagittarius. So you guys have double Sag. Is the ninth house associated with Sagittarius? I don't know why I feel like it is. If anyone's an astrologer, feel free to let me know if I'm right or wrong about that. For some reason, I always associate it with Sag. But okay. So lots of major arcana coming up, you guys. So I definitely feel that this Leo season for you is huge. Like, I don't know if you guys are moving through like a big life change or something during Leo season, or if you're moving towards or maybe you've just come out of a big change. I don't know. But it definitely feels like this month is like a major, like pivotal month in your growth and development forward. With the Strength card being here, the Strength card is kind of about taming the beast in a sense. It's about knowing like when to channel courage and what courage really means, right? Like in this card, I think courage can be shown in a couple ways. Courage can be the lion itself, being this courageous energy of going out and doing the thing it needs to do to get ahead. But courage can also be restraining that side of yourself, right? And knowing when it's time to just like lean back versus react or be impulsive, right? So I kind of feel with some of these surrounding cards here that this Leo season is more of a month for you guys, group 3, to kind of pull your energy back a little bit, kind of looking at action and courage through a more relaxed way. in a sense. And I think it's also about, just like I was saying, being less impulsive, right? Instead of just go, go, go after whatever the thing is that instantly sparks your attention, it's sort of like this energy of waiting until we've explored all possibilities before we act or react to something. I feel like you guys with the Star card are really gaining a lot of inspiration during this time around the path forward for you. You know, the Star is a very optimistic energy. It's all about our hopes and dreams and things that we aspire to in life. Some of you guys may find yourselves in the spotlight during this time, but for the majority of you, I kind of feel that this is more so talking about just a period of renewal, a period of healing, a period of rejuvenation. Maybe some of you guys are doing this through physical travel. I know a lot of people like to travel to kind of escape, you know, and Neptune is kind of an escapey sort of card, you know what I mean, where we're like pulling our energy away from maybe our responsibilities and looking to sort of immerse ourselves into a different experience, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel with Temperance that like this is all a part of your journey right now. Like this is a divinely guided part of your journey. I feel like you guys are being watched over and protected during this time. I don't normally feel like that with Temperance, but I'm feeling like that in this reading. I feel like clarity is coming for you as you emerge out of Leo season. So if you guys have been feeling a little confused, because Neptune can be confusing, right? Neptune is kind of this card where like we can see what's directly in front of us, but sometimes it's hard for us to see like the full picture beyond what's just in front of us, right? Which is why we're needing to explore. So I do feel that by the ending of Leo season, you guys will have that clarity again with the sun coming up. But overwhelmingly, it's a very healing energy that I'm getting for you guys. A lot of peace and a lot of just personal development and personal, like, just exploration, understanding of different things in the world. So we have the Oracle. Seek wisdom and guidance from elders. Okay. We also have the Stars. A long journey brings rewards. You guys have Stars twice. That's amazing. We also this is also kind of echoing the messages of travel, so there could be that going on. For some of you, part of you finding answers to the questions you have about your life is through connecting with your elders, your ancestors, right? Connecting with people who have the experiences in life that can support you and guide you. People who've already been through what you're going through. Mentorship. It just feels like for you guys, this upcoming Leo season it's like about trying to find your North Star, like your purpose. Even with Goddess of the Moon, the way she's kind of holding up to the moon, it's like, I think that there's this energy of you guys really trying to discover where you're going in life and why. And it may not be total life. It might just be with regard to something specific in life. Maybe this is about your career. Maybe it's about your love life. Maybe it's about getting better with finances. Maybe it's about getting better in relationships. It could really apply to anything. But yeah, it's like there's like a need here for you guys to kind of pinpoint what the North Star is. Like, what is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate inspiration that you have for yourself? And then how do you align yourself in order to be successful? You know, I think for some of you guys during this time, you are going to be seeing some success here because it says a long journey brings rewards. So again, maybe it's the travel that's bringing you the answers that you need. Maybe it's the work you've put in thus far. You're finally manifesting return on investment through some adjacent opportunities, right? But it definitely feels that this is definitely a period of time of exploration, for lack of a better word. So group 3, I think I'm going to go ahead and close the reading out there, but I would love to hear from you down below in the comments how this energy resonates with you and what's kind of going on in your life. So please feel free to let me know. If you are not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you all are aware of when I'm uploading new videos, and I look forward to seeing you in a new reading really soon. Bye.